Hey everybody, today we're going to make a really good chicken recipe, and it's called Marry Me Chicken. And it's so good that if you make this for your boyfriend or someone you're interested in, they will ask you to marry them. So try this out, and if you're in the market for a husband, you can let us know if it works. So I'm going to bring it down. And here in my skillet, I'm going to put a little olive oil, enough to brown my chicken. Not an extreme amount, but maybe a couple tablespoons. And then I have 3 chicken breasts that I found marked down. So I'm going to sear those in the olive oil. I'm going to rinse my hands. And you know, it's always important after you mess with chicken to rinse your hands so that you don't get salmonella. So while we're letting this sear, now we're not cooking it all the way, we're just letting it sear. It's kind of stuck a little bit to the pan. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. And while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and add my onion to it. Or if you want, you can wait until your chicken is done and then add it. But I'm just going to go ahead now. It just saves a little time. This is 1 medium onion diced. And so just get your onion down in the pan where it can start sauteing. And I hope you're able to see, my husband and I talked about we need to go ahead and get that light changed because we got a new light fixture up above the stove, and it came with lights, but they were those autumn colored lights, and they really do not put off much light. So I think that needs to sear just a little bit more. Let's give it just another minute. And then we'll turn it and do the other side. So I believe I'm going to go ahead and give it a turn. It's not seared as much as what I would like, but that is okay. So now, we're going to keep searing, and I'm going to put in some garlic. And you put in the amount of garlic that you want. We like a lot of garlic. I'm going to put about a tablespoon. And you want to add the garlic toward the end of this part of the recipe, because if it burns, it gives the whole recipe a bad taste. So we're just going to let that go for a minute. It's already smelling so good. I love to smell garlic and onion sauteing. So now what we're going to do is take a baking dish, and I'm using this one. I'm going to use some Pam and spray it just so I have easier cleanup. And I'm going to put my chicken into the pan. And 3 pieces fit in there perfectly. So to this, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock, and I'm using the Better Than Bouillon chicken flavor. And I'm just going to add, that's about a teaspoon to the water, and then put it in there. And that will help get up all the good bits that are on the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to add some paprika, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add some thyme, about a tablespoon of it. We're going to add sun-dried tomatoes, and I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I really like them, and I love to put them in yeast rolls along with some Parmesan cheese in the yeast rolls. They are really good, but I cut these up if I put them in the yeast rolls. So I'm adding those. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. Give this all a good stir. Get your butter melted. I cut that down maybe too far. And I forgot to add my milk, so let me grab it. And it calls for a cup of milk, so I'm going to grab the milk. And then once you have all that in there and have it all stirred up, you're going to add Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put about 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And give it another stir. This would really be good to serve spaghetti noodles with, and serve it over the spaghetti noodles with this good sauce. So now everything is in here. And what I'm going to do is cut off the heat. And I'm going to pour this broth or sauce over the chicken. I can't bring it too close to that burner or it will burst my dish, which I have done before. Be sure and get all your good stuff on the bottom up. Get it spread out. Then you're going to put it in the oven on 375 degrees for approximately half an hour. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll come back and I will show you what it looks like when it's finished cooking. Okay, the Marry Me chicken is ready, and we're going to see what we think about it. And I did cook it about half an hour, and it's still pretty hot, so I hope you can see it. But what I'm going to do is take the chicken out and put it on this plate. And I feel like that the drippings are a little thin, and I want it to be able to stay on the chicken better. So what I'm gonna do is take a little cornstarch, a good heaping of the cornstarch, and I'm going to add a little water. I'm going to stir this up. I believe I need to add a little bit more water. I'm going to get this all liquidy and stirred up. And I'm going to add it to this. I'm just going to add part to begin with. And I'm going to thicken up this broth. And there, it's already thickening up really nice. You can see I won't need the rest of that because that was enough. That you can see the broth and the tomatoes. The one thing I will do different next time is cut the freeze-dried tomatoes up a little bit smaller probably. But now I'm going to get some and see what it tastes like. Let me grab a fork. And over here, I'm going to get a piece of chicken. And there's what the chicken looks like. Then I'm going to add some of this broth. This will be so good over potatoes. And there it is. So now, let's give it a taste. I want to put the camera down just a little bit. That is divine. I'm going to have to get a divorce so I can marry somebody to eat this again. It is so good. So, I appreciate you watching. I hope that you enjoy this if you make it. It really is very good. Well, a lot of really nice flavors. And so, take care. I hope to see you soon. Do something nice for yourself and somebody else. And I love all of you. Bye-bye.